Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached your co-main event of the evening. Your co-main event of the evening, here live on Segi TV, is brought to you by Legacy Sports Management and is officially sponsored by Brickcoin. This is bout number 10, your co-main event of the evening. Your bout number 10 is sanctioned for 10 3-minute rounds in a men's super welterweight 154 pounds boxing division matchup. As always, bringing our first your referee in charge of the action, representing Germany in the ring, is referee Frank Maas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bout number 10, sanctioned for 10 3-minute rounds for the vacant WBO Super Welterweight Youth World Title. Please help me welcome, as we bring out first into the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he hails from Haryana, India, it's Kulbir, Dhaka.
So this is a 21-year-old Kulbir Dhaka, 4 fights, 4 wins, 2 of those by stoppage. Best win so far is his most recent one. Split decision victory over 8 rounds in Pune last December against a fighter called Rahul Kumar. He doesn't have anything like the pedigree of his opponent here. I think it's only fair and honest that I point that out.
His opponent to the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Buenos Aires, Argentina, it's Brian Agustin Arregui.
He's got good pedigree, Arregui. Won Youth Olympic gold in Buenos Aires, back home in Argentina in 2018. That was at welter at 69 kilos. Boxed in the World Youths earlier that year, but got beaten by a Russian fighter called Jambalat Bashamov, who I saw win a silver in the seniors last year, who's a really, really good fighter. So that's the kind of company he's been mixing in. Qualified for the Olympics in Tokyo, but lost his first fight against the USA's Delante Johnson, 4-0 as a professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached your co-main event of the evening. Your co-main event of the evening is sanctioned by the WBO for 10 3-minute rounds in a men's super welterweight 154 pounds boxing division matchup. Your head official in charge is Beati Pascal, representing the supervisor at the WBO. Your 3 judges representing here tonight ringside are Iko Bebic from Switzerland, Hendrik Schramm from Germany, and finally Rene Fiebig from Germany. And when the action begins, your man in the ring representing Germany is referee Frank Maas. And now, fighting out of the blue corner, he stands at 179, 5'10", weighing in officially at 69 kgs. Tonight he enters the ring with a pro record, a perfect pro record of 4 wins, with 2 of those big wins coming in by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Devio Sajano, Hamare, Haryana, India se, it's Kulbir, Dhaka. And introducing the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, he stands 175 centimeters, 5'8", weighing in officially at 69.2 kgs. He enters the ring tonight wearing the white trunks with gold trim, holding a perfect pro record of 4 wins, with 3 of those big wins coming in by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, luchando fuera, Buenos Aires de Argentina, it's Brian Agustin Arregui. Ladies and gentlemen, our fighters are ready. Dubai, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, referee Frank Mas will now be giving his final instructions to the boxers.
Fight light, that's good luck.
Short but sweet there from Frank Marsh. There's not much else you need to say at that point, to be honest. You go and see them in the dressing rooms and you tell them what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and it's time to crack on. I like that. And we see our second Argentinian Tokyo Olympian here in Brian Arregui. We saw a very impressive performance from Francisco Veron, who boxed at middleweight in Tokyo at 75 kilos. Arregui was at 69. As I said, he lost his first fight, but just to get there is an achievement. He was 2-0 at the time of Tokyo. He's 4-0 now. His last fight was a win over 8, and a good competitive tussle, that one actually, in January against Nicola Ezequiel. So they've been stepping him up. And we'll see what Dhaka has got. He's boxing out of the southpaw stance in the blue and black. Arregui in the
white. Straight away. You see, look at Dhaka, and he just even got his hands loose, don't it? And like as if you could punch through the guard, quite comfortable. Needs to get that southpaw jab into play. Stop Arregui walking too close to him, which he's been able to do way too easy. There's good combination there from Arregui. He's getting that front foot on the outside, isn't he, of Dhaka, which allows him to get that right hand right through the centre of the guard.
Right hand into the pit of the stomach there from Arregui was a good shot. Again, just steps off to the side slightly and throws that right.
Yeah, and he's sliding back out to throw the left hook, which is a good idea, but I just think he's just coming out a little too far, just losing a bit of purchase on the shot. Better there though, stay closer there.
Looking for the left of the body there already, but he had his body protected. Dhaka dropped his elbow.
Good right hook there from Dhaka. The short left hand, but the right hook was a good shot.
Jab there, Dhaka. Again with the right to the body. Arregui, that's what he's looked for mostly in this opening round so far. Just over 30 seconds remaining in it.
Dhaka just needs a bit more on that jab, doesn't he? Lovely uppercut.
Just off balance slightly, right into the stomach again, and the punch just gave way underneath him, but the punch started all that, so the referee correctly calls out the knockdown. I don't think he's really hurt by it there. It's a good big left uppercut, rolled off to his right-hand side.
But all that area in the middle of the ring, all around it's a little bit slippy. Found it all throughout the night. But he got caught with a good shot. Again, slipping.
So this will be a 10-8 for Arregui this opening round. He's done some good work. Bell goes at the end of the first.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good run, wasn't it, for Arregui? I thought he came out positive, and Dhaka just didn't have enough strength in that right hand, that right jab to really keep him away.
Bit of a disparity in the height of the stools in the corners there. He's got a really, really small stool there across the way. That's Arregui we're looking at there. He's got a regulation stool, but
Dhaka's got a milking stool. I mean,
yes. It's absolutely tiny. And actually, as the rounds go on, it'll be hard work to get up off that.
He sat on the floor pretty much.
Smaller corner.
That's the step. He used the step, I think.
Yeah, he's sitting on the stool outside the ring and using the step, I think, to put in the corner too. Anyway, no matter. Into the second round here.
Stop!
Well organised, Dhaka. Look at the way he sets up, the way he goes about things. Just a question of will he be able to keep Arregui off him, basically, for how long?
He has his hands up and elbows tucked in. I said, oh, shot, right hand there from Arregui. His elbows are tucked in tight, his hands are high, but they look loose and weak, like you could just punch him through him.
Straight right hand was a punch there from Arregui, which just snapped the head back. He took it well enough.
Shot.
That was more solid because he was coming forward himself there, but again,
Took it well, didn't he?
did take it well, soaked it up.
He's tucked in tight with his body shots. Dhaka.
Left uppercut again. That's the second time he's thrown that. He gets nice and tight and then just snakes it up through that gap, and you see the head just snap back there in dramatic fashion.
So I'm going to tell Arregui that's a Mexican.
Jeez,
I don't know what to do that. Unless you're from Mexico.
absolutely. Well, springs to mind when you think about that. He's working him over a bit in this round.
Yeah, those uppercuts with both hands now. Fantastic. And again, because he's not throwing the jab out enough, Dhaka, and there's not enough weight behind it. There's just no deterrent for Arregui to stop just walking forward, walking right onto him.
Trying it again there, the lead left. Didn't quite get through that time. Just right on top of Dhaka, right hand. Just caught him as he was on the way out there. Then 1-2.
But also he's getting that left foot right on the outside, so he's dipping the shoulder as well. Just get the angle for the shot.
He goes back down to the body. He's varying things up well.
Actually, it's right. Oh, that's beautiful work.
Left uppercut and left to the body.
He throws one high, one low, doesn't he, every time? Dhaka's taken it really well, to be fair, but sharp, well played from Dhaka, lovely work. See nothing on the shots, he said to Arregui.
Good round, good second round there for Arregui. Dhaka goes back to the corner, and Arregui just upped the tempo in that second round, put his punches together well, showed us that lead left uppercut a couple of times. As you said, he goes up and down. He banged to the body quite a lot in the first round, that maybe caused those gloves just to drop a little bit, and then went up to the head more in the second, probably. It's just good stuff all round, really.
It is, but you see, but if he throws a body shot, the next one's a left hook. If he throws a right uppercut, and then it's a left hook to the body, left hook to the head, it's a right hand to the body. He's always, and it's just hard to defend against him, because you're constantly moving your gloves up and down, your elbows tucked in tight, and you go up in the glove high, and yeah, and that's how you find gaps. And he's getting caught with shots, but I think he's felt the power of Dhaka, and there's not enough weight in his shots. He's always punching, moving back, and he's happy to just walk through it.
So 2 down here, they're scheduled for 10. The vacant WBO Youth Super Welterweight title on the line between two fighters who are both 4-0. Whips it in.
If it's a little bit higher though, he gets right in the solar plexus, and that might be good night. Right in the pit in the stomach.
Arregui. In a hurry, just moves those things. Just really just to try and track Dhaka down.
Right out again from Arregui. Takes really well, doesn't he, Dhaka? Hasn't bothered him so far yet. The pressure's uncomfortable for him, but the actual weight of the shots is not an issue yet. That big shot. If he throws threes, finishing with a heavy shot, he gets some legs as well.
I think it's the final minutes of round 3.
The breathing space is there for Dhaka at all.
Yeah, you can see the impact.
It almost feels like he's taking his knees up, doesn't it? Shots, lovely nice hook. And Arregui.
You just wonder, you alluded to it earlier in the round, how long he can take this from Dhaka. Good, sharp, accurate punches.
He's fighting back here, Dhaka, to his credit. But again, another hard round for him. Oh, they got him a good stool as well. But again, just a relentless pressure, and it's quite one pace actually from Arregui, but it's constant. Like he's not having no breathing space, even though he's taking the punches quite well, Dhaka, and he doesn't seem to be hurt really with anything. The constant pressure just drains your energy, it really does. But now he's got a real stool. He hasn't got to sit on the floor. He might have a bit more success in the next round.
He's just a bit higher up there now, able to rest those arms on the rope, top but one. But it's tough in there for him. He's, as we've been saying, he's got good shape to him. He knows what he's doing absolutely. He does everything pretty well actually. And it's not looked hurt yet, but that day is going to come, you'd imagine, if he keeps taking what he's taking.
But just as your energy levels drop, you're more susceptible to power shots, to pain. That's just a natural thing. I'm not saying that he will wilt, but he'll feel it more as the rounds go on.
So it's the fourth. Dhaka just stepping in with a 1-2. In the black and blue, Arregui in the white and gold.
Oh, shot!
Good left hand there. Dhaka just caught Arregui as he was looking to open out with a right. Early stages of that, and collared him nice and clean with it.
He showed no indication that he had any sort of weight in his punches. His record suggests he might punch a bit, but there was nothing in it. That was a lovely left hand.
And he's got a problem with the shoulder.
Popped out.
He's got a problem with his shoulder there, Dhaka, because immediately he just went limp into the position he's in now. And Arregui, credit to him, just kind of left him alone. I think he was confused and didn't really understand what had happened. Now, if the shoulders come out here, then that's the end of the fight, because you can't just pop that in and continue. I think I can just see it on the corner there. It's gone, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's gone, and this is going to be a TKO, because that's just happened in the rough and tumble of boxing. There's no foul involved there. You ever accidental or otherwise?
I feel for him because he was on his way to losing, but he showed resilience. Like, I didn't think he was going to see the distance, but he very well wind him, actually. You know,
it looked like it could definitely be one of those performances where you lose but you stop and rise.
You just see the bone candy raised on the top of the shoulder to the left.
There on the apex. The referee just taking him back to the corner. Either way, either
I feel for him. He's had 3 rounds of really hard pressure. He's had to sit on the floor in between the rounds, and then his shoulder pops out. It's not a nice night, is it?
It's not a great night for him, no. And in between times, he showed us some good stuff.
He did, yeah.
He showed us some good stuff, but that shoulder went, and you could tell from his reaction straight away that that was what it was. And as I said, there's no foul involved there, accidental or otherwise. It's just the rough and tumble of boxing. So that will be a stoppage win for Arregui, because essentially Dhaka's had to retire, is basically what's happened.
Arregui showed some good stuff.
He did.
Some good. I think he's might, as he moves on down his development. He's still early in his career. Let's not forget that. It's only his 5th fight, I think. But like, he's got to move his head more, because he's going to get caught and hurt by bigger punches. But some of his work is really good. The variety in his work, up and down the body all the time, body head, always making you think what's coming next. And those uppercuts. He's Argentinian, but don't tell him, because he thinks he's Mexican, because he throws those uppercuts like a vintage Mexican. They were superb. So it was good. It was only one guy winning the fight, but it was getting entertaining, wasn't it?
It was. We've seen two good young Argentinians, Olympians, Tokyo Olympians. Arregui and Francisco Veron, they look like they've got futures, the pair of them, definitely. I've never seen them before. What's great about covering these kinds of people, seeing new fighters where previously, and Gino Maidana's got some good operators.
Yes, haven't he just? I was just thinking that earlier. And different styles as well. They're not all the same. They're not all built in his mould, are they? You know what I mean? They're all like different styles and stuff. And he's building something here, isn't he? He really is.
Well, he's up in the ring. These two just getting the gloves taken off. That needs to be careful with Dhaka. They've got to get that sorted out. It's really painful. I've never done it.
Yeah, let him
leave.
leave.
It is a painful injury. Need to get him off to hospital and get that put back in, basically.
No, what you do, you just go to the nearest locker and whack your shoulder against it, like Mel Gibson did.
Yeah,
in Lethal Weapon. That's the easiest way.
Yeah. And the medically approved way, I would imagine, as well.
In the hospital with Barry Jones, yeah.
And there's the belt, of course, the WBO Youth Super Welterweight title. That's vacant. Well, vacant no more, because Agustin Arregui is going to claim that one shortly. And getting the glove off that injured left arm, getting the glove off the hand of that injured left arm and shoulder is going to be difficult. They've got to take care with that. He is the corner, of course he is, but I think even the slightest kind of pull on it, twinge on it is.
But he's got to cut the laces.
Pretty murderous, from what I'm told.
To be honest, you've got to cut the laces there, haven't you? Because you
I think so.
Peel the glove off. He's not going to though. But Arregui showed loads of promise again. You know, it's a 10 round in your 5th fight. Okay, he's against another novice, of course, so it's like an even fight. But it's still, go through that training process. It's a different camp, isn't it? Train for 10 than for 6. Even though you train hard for every fight. But, that'll elevate him up. Now he has some sort of title. You'll think he got stuff to work on, but loads of good qualities as well. That will help you go forward. And then we've got to see the glove. Well, that you guys can see it. See Dhaka having his hand pulled out even more, which is not going to be very nice. Oh, he did it. It was easy.
He's done a good job of that, actually.
It was easy. We built something up for nothing.
Well, it was hard to watch, actually. because you saw him having to really give a tug on that glove, so he's just got that towel clamped to the shoulder. And I think the pain is really kicking in now because the adrenaline will be wearing off. And just waiting for the award of the belt, basically, the final announcement from our MC Rishi, and then we will be heading towards our main event, which is Mike Perez up against Vasyl Dutsar. It is a good one. I saw Dutsar from ringside against Chris Billam-Smith, and he gave him a good fight. It was a comfortable enough win on the cards from Billam-Smith, but he took some shots that night. I saw him after the fight, Chris, wandering around the arena, and you could tell that he'd been in a fight there, certainly. Okay, well, back to this one. Let's get the announcement now from our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event of the evening comes to a close with your referee, Frank Mas, ruling in favor of your winner due to opponent injury, stopping the bout at 54 seconds in round number 4, declaring your winner by TKO all the way from Entre Rio, Pichaguay, Argentina, it's Brian Agustin Arregui.
5-0 now for Brian Agustin Arregui, and there's the WBO belt.
Welcome and introduce for the first time ever your new WBO Super Welterweight Youth World Champion from Pichaguay, Argentina, it's Brian Arregui. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm stood here with your newly crowned WBO Super Welterweight Youth Champion of the World, Brian Arregui. Brian, what a fantastic stoppage. You took it home right here by TKO in round number 4 with only 54 seconds on the clock. What would you like to say to your friends and fans in one of the presumably biggest moments in your pro boxing career thus far?
Bueno, primero que nada le quiero dar gracias a Legacy, a Karim por la oportunidad, a Chino Maidana Promotion. La verdad que estoy muy contento por la oportunidad que tuve, cómo se me dio, y bueno, estoy muy contento y le llevo un triunfo para Argentina. Te quiero dar las gracias a Villaguay, al Ejército Argentino, al Regimiento de Infantería 5 de Villaguay, que me apoya y me banca para poder entrenar y yo poder estar acá. Así que le quiero dar las gracias a todo ello.
We're searching around for a translator.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your newly crowned WBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World. It is from Pichaguay, Brian Arregui.
Luckily, Barry Jones speaks Spanish, so he can fill us in. What was that about?
It's just a big moment for me. Thanks for all coming out and supporting me, and I look to go on to bigger and greater things. I don't speak Spanish, of course, obviously. I barely speak English. But it's a big step. It's a big deal winning your first belt. Well, whatever it means in the landscape, it's a big deal for him, and it'll fill him full of confidence. And he's a talented kid with loads to work on, but loads of good qualities to take him forward.
Absolutely, and as we said, Marcus Maidana has got some good fighters. Those two Argentinian Tokyo Olympians, Arregui and Veron. There's possibilities there, certainly. Okay, we are now just minutes away from our main event.